Hi friends, welcome to Sunrise channel. Okay, today in my session I'm going to explain about how to prepare a simple Excel dashboard. In this simple Excel dashboard, I'm going to cover few topics. How to use a drop-down box using data validation, using if statement, data functions, and sum if functions. Now we are going to see how to add a drop-down box in Excel. In Excel, we can add a drop-down box. For drop-down box, we have a we need to add through data validation function in Excel. Now I'm going to show how to do this. Before going to explain about the drop-down box and the individual functions, I'm going to explain about how a simple dashboard looks like. Dashboard, here is some simple dashboard where I want to know the device order booking for my retail store. For my retail store, I'm having example of 3 categories: office supplies, technology, and the furnitures. I want to know like device order booking against these categories for respective month. Okay, here first of all, in this, if you see in the top, I can do that. I can select the list of whichever the month I want to do it, and I can select whichever the year got no information. And start date and end date will automatically get captured of that particular month. Suppose if I want to know the February month, so here that automatically this start date and end date is getting captured, and here the day respect to the month which for which I am selecting, the days of the particular month is getting displayed here. And here the for a month for which I am selecting here, the date of the particular month is getting selected, will automatically come here, as well as the days and the weekday description of that particular day. And here I am going to get the sum of sales, sum of order quantity sold on so and so particular date. In each category I am going to get it total. This is the simple dashboard which will be useful in our regular work area in our retail stores. So here now I'm going to explain you this simple dashboard, how to prepare a simple dashboard. Now I'm going to tell you about drop down, how to use drop down box. Okay, here in these 2 category where I am going to select month here, and here I'm going to select year, here, and that the start date and date will get displayed here. So in this first session, I'm going to cover how to add a drop-down box. So this is my, before going to have a drop-down box, what we need to do here, since I want to display months there. So here I created a month master where I have mentioned my months from January to December, and one more master I maintained is years from 2022 up to 2000. Here, so here for adding a data drop-down box, I need to go to data validation. Here I need to select the list. I need to select the range where I want which has to be displayed there. And here also I want to have my year drop down also. Here I'm going to data validation. Here in data validation we have many fields are there. I'm selecting a list and selecting the range of years. Here now I'm getting a drop down of month as well as drop down of year from the list I'm having it. Okay, now I need to get the start date of this month, of this particular month which I'm selecting it. So for which I'm applying a function called date. I have to select the respective year here, and month. Since here I have to get a month in the integer digit. Since but here I am having in a string value, so I can't get the directly. I need to convert into the integer number, so I am using month asterisk 1 using comma. I need to get the first date of the month. So here for the what of the month I'm going to select, I'm going to get the first date of the particular month. Here I should get the end date of the particular month equal to I'm going to apply a formula called end of month EO month formula. Selecting the start date, comma 0. So I want to know the end date of my current month, so I am entering 0 there. So I am going to get end date of that particular month. Suppose here I am going to select the February. Here end date is coming as 29th. Same February, if I am selecting earlier, I am getting 28th. So here a start date and end date is automatically getting captured here by selecting a drop down here. So now we are able to know how to add a drop down box in Excel sheet using data validations. In this session we are going to learn how to display dates of selected month in the bottom here, and also display days and weekday of respective month, what are the month we are selecting there. So here start date of this is nothing but start date. I am selecting here from the top. So this is the dynamic, since as we are selecting the month, the start date is getting changing dynamically. So here my start date I am selecting from B3, which is the dynamic date, and making is the constant there by making dollars. And here I am going to get the next date of the particular month, second date and third date by using a if condition formula. Here I am using if condition formula. Here this is the syntax of if statement, where first we will be writing a logic test, where it's like condition what we are going to test. Here next, if that particular condition is true, it's going to write a string number A. We have these are two strings, string number A and B example. So if this logic test is true, it's going to write a string number A. If the logic test is false, then it's going to write the string number 2. So here my logic test is, here I am selecting previous day in the next row, less than or equal to last date. Here I am making it F4, making dollar symbol. So this here my last date also dynamic for respect to month, so I am selecting, making it this is a constant. If this condition is true, for previous day I am going to add 1 day. If this condition is false, I want to display blank. We got the next date of the month using the if condition formula. Here I done a if condition apply, if condition formula, like if my previous row the date is less than the last date of the month, it's going to add from previous day plus 1 day in the current row, else it's going to display blank. Drag it down to the last row. So if you see here, there are 30 days are there. Normally if you drag it down, it will add the next date automatically, but here after this it's going to display as a blank. I am going to show you the difference. This is the date. Other way is that, suppose if I am adding plus 1, so here the dates are getting added, but if I drag it down here, my next dates also is getting displayed. So for that condition, for not displaying that next month dates, I want to have only current month dates only. I am applying this if condition formula. So with this we are getting, I am deleting this data. So here with this particular formula we are getting the dates of respective month. Suppose here I am selecting month of February. So here total 29 days are displayed. If I am going to select June, here my start date and end date is there, so 30 days are getting displayed. And if I am selecting May, total 31 days is getting displayed. Now if I don't want total date to be displayed there, if I want to display only day number of the current month, then I am applying simple formula called, here also I am applying one if condition formula. First, if this is blank equal to blank, I want to display as blank, else here I want to get only day. So I am applying good text formula, text, selecting the date, comma, I want the date only there, so selecting this. So starting date of the month is getting displayed there, so I am going to drag it down to the bottom. So here the days in the respective month is getting displayed, only the date of the first date is getting displayed here. Suppose if I am selecting February, this is getting displayed for current year. Now I want to know the day, weekday of that particular date. So here I am going to apply formula again. First if condition, if this is blank, I want to have write at the blank, else text, select this date, I want the days, EDD, close the bracket. The weekday of that particular date is getting displayed here, so I am going to drag it down to the bottom. So if you select next month date, April, May, so it's going to display 31 days and the days. So with this we could able to learn how to display dates of current month. Here we are going to learn how to use the SUMIF function in MS Excel. Here the SUMIF function is used to add all arguments with multiple criteria. This is here as displaying here, there is a syntax here, SUMIF, the range which we want to do the sum with the criteria, with the condition or criteria. If it's tallying, then only it will get sum. Now we are going to see in our dashboard how we are going to apply here. So here I have to get my order quantity category wise where with tallying with my dates of the current month. Before applying SUMIF formula, I am going to apply if condition formula. If this equal to blank, I want to display as blank, else SUMIF. Here I should sum my order quantity tallying with my date. Here my criteria range is my order date and my criteria 1 is it should tally with my date and it should tally with another criteria which I am having is my product category. So here this is my product category range, then I am tallying with my product category of respect to product category. So here if column C is the day where my order quantity is there, I am doing summing of this one, where it is when it will do the sum only if my two criteria is getting fulfilled. Here first criteria is that it should tally with my date from the date range of the database I am having it, and second it should tally with my product category on the top, then only it should do the sum. So in this, here I have written only 2 criteria. In this way we can add multiple criteria using sum ifs. If you have only one criteria, then you can need not to use sum if, you can use the sum if, but since I am having 2 criteria here, I am using sum ifs. Sum ifs means we can use multiple criteria when doing the summing. Here I want to keep my columns constant there. This column I need to be constant, so I am pressing applying $symbol F4. Before, since my column is constant, I am entering $symbol before that, and my column of this will be same for all the criteria. My criteria range is constant there, and here my column dates is in A10, that is constant. And my criteria range of product category range, and here my product category where my row is I want to have row constant there, so I applied the formula there and I close the particular bracket formula. Now I am going to copy this data till enter in my table, and I also want to sum out this data. Here also, here I don't want to display zeros here again, so I am applying a formula here again also. If this equal to blank, I want to display blank or else sum. Okay, so I applied the data here. Now I am selecting, suppose if I want to select that June month data, so also I added sum on top, so that for respective month how much in category, if you want to know it, I will be knowing in that particular month. Now I am selecting month and a year, so it will display for, now I am selecting month and a year. So here my database product order booking against this criteria is getting displayed here. Suppose if I want to know February sales, February or database order booking, is getting displayed here against the product category. So this is one simple dashboard in Excel. For here I try to derive my order booking against given product categories database. So in this we may use same kind of formulas at different applications, either it is order booking or sales or production data or else attendance. Wherever we want, we can use this sum if conditions, and we can develop a simple dashboards. And with this I am going to end my sessions on simple Excel dashboard. And if you have any doubts, you can mail me to my ID which I mentioned in my description. And if you have any queries of any Excel sheet or else any workbook also, you can query me. Thank you so much.